Hey everyone, and welcome back to Coins Alert. This is Rich, making another movie about XRP today. As always, today we're going to talk about XRP. I hope everyone is having a great day no matter where they are in the world. This is the one-day chart again. Right now we're at $2.13. I'm glad to see that XRP is back above $2. The 7-day picture for XRP looks great. I just hope that this week is better than the last one. The only thing I want is for the price of Bitcoin not to drop too much this week. When Bitcoin falls, the market falls with it. Just a week where things can start to get better, and I hope this week brings a lot of big news. I hope that the SEC finally says that the Ripple vs. SEC case is over. I'm aware that there's a lot of talk about that. We might get approval for the ETFs. Something needs to happen right now because I can't wait for XRP to reach a new all-time high. I've been waiting for that. It seems like everyone says that the old season starts in December, January, etc. It's April now, and XRP generally does very well in April. Let's get going already. That's what I'd like to happen. XRP avoids big bearish signals that would hit key price levels. This is being talked about right now in the Constitution. They said we cut down on a mini death cross and could now move on to higher prices. But once more, even the people who make the charts make mistakes all the time. But hey, I'm fine with not having a death cross. Let's make the price of XRP go up now. CEO of QCrime, I like XRP. And in the future it will be used to move money. It's already set up and there's enough XRP out there. It comes from smoke. Listen to this. That's why I like crypto. We didn't do a lot with Ether. I really like XRP. I believe it can be useful. I believe it is very true. It seems like there are smart people there and I like that. So when we knew that the new SEC would be more, let's say, friendly to crypto when we believed it, we got to work and filed as soon as the new SEC came in. Let's just say that the old SEC was no longer in charge. So the 75 days went by and we launched as soon as we could. It was a great process. It was hard to do. We got great tickers and we're happy to be here. Store of value, and all you did was hint at what Ripple is doing. How would you like to explain XRP though? In a very simple way. I tell people that it will be used as a tool, which may or may not be the right way to explain it. This is a tool that will be used to speed up the almost instantaneous moving of assets, mostly money, around the world. The base and system are now fully built. There are plenty of XRP out there. They have a great plan for getting the word out. Things will be better and more strictly controlled, and they're ready to be regulated. Thankfully, the new government seems to be very open to regulating cryptocurrencies, which makes us very happy. From what I can tell, XRP's main use case is moving money and assets around fast. That's how I've always seen XRP too. Yes, I did talk about all the tracks that were put in place. This has been going on for 10 years. When I first started this channel, I talked about Ripple's growth and which countries they were going into. Also, I want to tell you something. During the bad market, everything grew at a very scary rate. That proves how strong Ripple is. They were still working with the SEC in the US, but they were growing everywhere else. When XRP finally goes live on all of those lines, it will be a very exciting time. People who have XRP will make a crazy amount of money. Breaking Uphold is better than Ripple. Uphold now has more than 2 billion XRP, which is worth $3.7 billion, making it the biggest user of the cryptocurrency. That doesn't shock me. One good thing about Uphold is that I believe they have full support. Put another way, they have all the XRP they say they have on their books. It's Coinbase that worries me the most since I think they let people sell that XRP more than once. We've seen that happen in other trades, but I'm not saying it will happen this time. This trade is very safe to me, but there are many others that aren't. And if there was ever a big problem like a bank run on XRP, that market would probably shut down. As Bitcoin hit one all-time high after another, we saw this happen more than once with Coinbase. But I made a movie where I talked about getting paid. A lot of people may not have understood what I meant. I'm sorry, but I think that is not true. You may sell as much as you need. But taking money out of a bank is a whole different thing. You're also wrong about that part with the limits. I already talked to them about this a while ago, and here are some screenshots that might help other people in the future. I'm also going to show you these pictures. That's all you can do each day. You could now sell all of your XRP. This is the part where you move the money from Uphold to your bank account. There are a lot of limits there. There are different limits for each trade. You can send as much money as you want through other exchanges, but then you have trouble at your local bank. It's important to let them know if you plan to move a lot of money from an exchange to a bank account, as the bank will instantly raise an alert. This could happen if you don't tell them ahead of time. Your money could be held for 30 days before the bank returns it. You could, however, sell your XRP. And I believe it has to do with cash. I think that's why a lot of platforms don't let that happen quickly. They don't want all that money to leave the exchange. That is, let's say that 100 people sold XRP and each got $1 million. Then all of those people wanted to get all of that value off the market in as little as 2 hours. That would be a bad thing. That's probably why these limits are in place. Are there ways to become a millionaire with XRP? An expert talks about 2 easy ways to become a millionaire with XRP. In general, I don't like these kinds of stories, because they're stupid. They want you to buy more XRP over time. After that, they talk about times power. We know that the price of XRP will rise over time, but you need to wait for it to happen. Then they give you an extra tip. Swing trade to make extra money. If you have never traded XRP before, I don't think you should start. There are always stories of people who have done well, but for every success story, there are also many those who have failed. People who sold something for a certain price and then tried to buy it back at a lower price. It does work sometimes. It doesn't always happen. And we all know that the value of XRP will go up. We can't wait for old season to start. Right now we're looking for a big event that will send XRP. Until then though, you buy more XRP, so you won't feel bad about it later. But you know what you could pay for. Do not pay attention to these people. If you want to become a millionaire, you need to hold X amount of XRP. This will help you get rich over time. You could get it from money that just keeps coming in. Now during this whole season, if you have any other coins, I would definitely sell them all. Some of those digital monies in the lower part of ISO. Which means I might take a small profit if they're the few utility-driven cryptocurrencies I talk about a lot, like QNT, HBAR, XDC, XLM, and others. But I would never sell all of those cryptocurrencies. I just think that a lot of people are missing out on a lot of good opportunities. We don't really know how big the effect will be yet, ISO. I have some new information to share about ISO that I'll talk about in a later video today. For now, buy what you can afford to lose, and wait for XRP to break out. Then you could make some money when it does break out. That's fine. Just don't sell your whole bag though, because I think you'll feel bad about it later if you do. An expert says that the US Treasury will control the flow of money in the XRP environment. How to do it? This was said by Black Swan capitalists. He is saying that the US Treasury is working with Ripple to use the RLUSD stablecoin as part of a bigger plan to make the digital dollar more widely used around the world. This plan also helps bring in new buyers for US bonds. It is a way to control the flow of money in the XRP ledger environment. I believe that he is mostly correct. I think it's interesting that Ripple met with Donald Trump before he was president. Most likely they were talking about getting rid of digital currencies issued by central banks. President Trump may have asked Ripple, "Hey, what else can I do besides a central bank digital currency?" He probably told Brad about